Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. What's the deal, good old people? What's the deal? What's the deal? This is your active and attractive host, Real Spill, on the Real Spill podcast. We just doing a live right now. We ain't doing too much. We ain't going heavy on them yet. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going heavy yet. What's up, man? What's up, man? The mental health gentleman. That could be only one person. That's one person I know. You know what I said? What's up, Jugger, man? What's the big old deal, man? Yeah, man. I want to know. You know what I'm saying with the recent shit Trump doing. You know what I'm saying? All my working folks. You know, shit, man. I'm trying to figure it out, bro. We had a situation. You know what I'm saying? That's running rampant in these companies, bro. You know they had payroll glitches today, so a lot of people ain't get they direct deposit and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to see is that, you know what I'm saying? There's 5 or 6 companies I heard about. These folks out here having payroll glitches. What's up, Helena? What's going on? Yeah, they having payroll glitches, man. These folks said it's a glitch in the payroll system. Everybody get live checks. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no direct deposit. They gotta fix the glitch. Now, what I think personally, these motherfuckers ducking they trying to duck the RICO. Hey, these motherfuckers, Trump laying the law down with these Mexicans and these foreigners. You know what I'm saying? They really out here, you know, shaking these folks down. He passed some shit saying if a company get caught with an illegal on the payroll more than twice, the company will be fined. So at these few companies I know, they employ a lot of, you know, Latino people. And all of these companies had glitches in their payroll. All of them this week. So I'm thinking, you know, that with the ICE cracking down on them folks, on the actual immigrants and the companies that's employing them, I think they're doing 2 separate payrolls now. They're doing 2 separate payrolls. They say, okay, we gotta, cause one of my people said he couldn't. You know how they be having apps you could go see your check stub. The check stub that they got this week, it's not on that app. He can't see. This is like a ghost paycheck. It never happened. So I'm like, oh, what they doing is they separating, you know, the illegals and the citizens. Just in case they should get shook down, they could present, you know, the one that's with everybody got their shit in order when it comes to the Mexicans. What plane crash you died in? Was it the one that just happened? Was it the helicopter and the airplane? That's the one you talking about? The first one? Hmm. Shit, I only know about one, Jill. You gotta enlighten me, man. But it's some fishy shit going on. These companies they trying to duck that fine. Uh, they trying to revamp everything. They trying to cook the books. They trying to straighten their payroll system out so they don't get caught up. Cause The fine could range from anywhere from 100,000 to 250,000, and anything after that, they ask the company could go to jail. Damn, it was a plane crash in Philly too. God damn. I'm just getting hip to that one. I ain't even heard about that. Y'all putting me up on something. I'm gonna have to do some research and go back live later on. So let me ask Miss Helena one question. Who you riding with? Before we go any further, who you riding with? She is a civil rights professor, exposing the system of blacks. Hmm. Now, she was opening up a can of worms then. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, Jude. Wrong answer. You gotta come. You gotta ride with me, baby. But yeah, so that's unfortunate, But I know she was opening up. I know what if she died in an unorthodox fashion. How old was she? If she was if she was young, opening up them can of worms, I'm sure it's a lot of secrets people don't want told, and that's normally how the government play. They take you out, plane crashes, motherfucking car accidents, or they'll shoot you 2 times in the head and say you killed yourself, like they did old boy about the CIA bringing the drugs in. Yeah, yeah, she was finna open up a can of worms. They ain't want out. Yeah, she was deep into it too. And if she had a little following, they're gonna take out anybody that can get a large group of us on the same page. They consider that a person like that. They consider that person a threat. You know, that's messed up. I'm just not hearing about her. I'm just not hearing about her along with but y'all knew. But this is my first time hearing about her. So I'm gonna do some investigating. I'm gonna look her up, see what she had going on, check out her movement, and then come double back and talk about it. We riding to the top, baby. We riding to the top. We riding to the mountaintop, baby. That's where I'm going. So yeah, man. Yep. Yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah, they actually came out with that like a few years ago. They suffocated him. He didn't die from the gunshot. They had to finish the job. That's crazy. Like I said, well, when it come to Martin Luther King, he was kind of a pawn for them. Anytime you got a group of violent people that's heavy with a heavy press on a demographic of people, the nonviolent is not the way to combat that. You have to, You have to go action for action. That's how they get countries to bow down. They don't go over there saying we coming in peace and y'all do us how you want to do us, and hope one day you feel bad and stop. Nah, that's not how that works. So Martin Luther King he was actually delivering the wrong message. But I understood what he was saying, but you gotta have war before there's peace. That's with anything. I wouldn't have followed. I would have been over there with Malcolm X. I'd have been over there with the niggas with the guns, because them people didn't care what they did to you or how they did you. And I'm just not nobody victim. So yeah, man, ain't no way me and Mr. King would have got along. Well, I would have been on his side. I'd have been down with him though, but I couldn't have rolled with him. I couldn't have been on his side like that. Yeah, we'd have had the. But see, niggas like that, when you look at King movement and you look at Malcolm X movement, Martin Luther King people would have probably disowned you if you decided to take up for them. So you see these people doing them wrong, treating them bad, and they with the non-violent, and you go over there with some aggression, they probably would have turned on you. And that's something that that happened every day. You know, niggas be if you go against y'all niggas could have the same goal, but if your way of getting there is different from this group of people, they'll outcast you. You just be another nigga. You know what I'm saying? You're not part of them. And they'll let them people have you. So while you over there defending them, they'll let you get dead. And I don't know if I could defend some people like that. But it'd be hard to watch. So I probably wouldn't have participated in none of his walks and shit. That ain't what I'm gonna do at all. But yeah, it's deep, man. They got us messed up psychologically. They stripped us of any heritage that we would have had, or any foundation of strength that we would have had to lean on. They stripped it from us. We don't have anything. We don't even have each other. So they gotta psychologically they got us fucked up. They got us separated the way they want us. And when you understand that, you gotta kind of walk in that, because and the quickest way for karma to catch up with you is to disregard to you know overlook wrong or do wrong when you know better. It's the quickest way. Yeah, I think when it comes to leadership, um, it's hard to. People don't want to follow. So, in order to be a leader, you got to be some. You got to be a follower. You got to follow something. You got to follow a good leader, and that's not somebody that's easily manipulated. Somebody that's not respected. Somebody that demand their respect, and um, had a right, had a you know had your best intentions at heart. You know, you don't want to follow somebody that don't have had good intentions for you. You gonna fuck around and he gonna lead you into somewhere a hard. He gonna lead you into your demise. So you got niggas out here like the second part of this second segment. I was trying to wait, but even going into that, Me, it's a lot of men out here that's submissive to their woman, and that's not saying. Um, what I'm saying is the woman is actually the one that wear the pants, and they have more influence over the man, more influence than they should. As a man, you got to understand what's your woman, where you are to value your woman's opinion, and where her opinion is invalid. And a lot of times, some men don't know how to, they don't have the discernment to distinguish where to, you know, uh, project, or not project, but express, you know, the grievances of women. Some niggas be like, you got what Buddy did with Sauce Walker today, and Sauce Walker hold the shit out of him. He didn't even have no place to even be speaking on what they was talking about, especially if you don't compare there. But he felt like, he wanted to speak his mind about a situation, and I think he had been listening to a lot of women, because only a woman would say some shit like, what kind of nigga uh, do porn videos, shit like that. That's a nigga expressing what his woman feelings about the situation, and not his. Come here, cause me, I don't care about that part of that man's business. Come on, yeah, I don't care about that part of that man's business. That part of his business is his business. So if me and him was to get into a verbal uh, sparring with each other, that's something that I would not never bring up. Yeah, that's something I would never bring up. No, it's not that I'm sounding like him, because me and him two different people, and he may have a different. My outlet, my outlook may be completely different from his, because y'all opinion doesn't belong everywhere. I can listen to you, I can hear you, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not going to this man over here to express what you feel as if I feel it the same. You know what I'm saying? Sauce got the OnlyFans shit, and he make a lot of money off that shit. And you know, I don't know too tough what is. I'm just repeating what he said. He said that he's on there, doing the OnlyFans shit, and he make $4 million a year off that shit. So, but he only said that because the man that he's speaking to, the first thing he said was, you only make money off them porn videos you make. And that wasn't something he should have brought up. That he should have kept that to himself. Well, he so you got certain women that don't like niggas because they ain't the niggas that they'll okay, so you got a woman that feel like she needs to be in charge and she has to be in charge. And you got this man that won't allow her to be in charge. So that woman will be agitated at that man, and she'll have these feelings. She'll just be saying shit, like hating shit. And it ain't even sometimes y'all just be talking, and y'all be talking how y'all feel in the moment. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You expressing yourself. But it's not good for a man to take what you feeling and say it out loud to another man in an argument. that part too. That part too. But I just don't understand why would that. But I just know that that actual statement didn't come from that man himself. It came from that woman. That woman said that to him, and he just regurgitated it in a back and forth. And he shouldn't have never did that because, as you say, that's his business. Now you took something that was about fashion and success, and you turned it into some perverted shit because it's some shit that you're not capable of doing. Well, it's some shit that you heard some disgruntled woman say, and you you took it and you digested it and then you repeated it to the man, and you ain't supposed to do that. That's not manly. Like certain situations when it come to men know why men do things. So if we having a man conversation and you just so happen to have an opinion about it, I'll understand you. I'll listen to you, and then I will tell you how to deal with that. But that's between me and you. I'm not gonna never take your opinion of what me and this man doing over here to this man and say, hey man, uh, this girl said, and like that's not how. I'm projecting your feelings onto this other man, and that's not what men are supposed to do. Yeah, a lot of these women don't have husbands or don't have men. They have they're the fucking leader in the relationship, and you can't allow a woman to lead a woman. That's not what a woman's supposed to do. Like that's just the way God structured this shit. But you have to know how to. You have to. It's a slippery slope because you like, okay, I got a mama and I listen to my mama, but I don't listen to everything my mama say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna. If my mama could tell me some shit and I go outside and act like I ain't never even heard that shit. Not saying that what she's saying wasn't true and it wasn't out of love. It's just that I'm not taking my mama what the way my mama feel outside with my friends. We finna go do the shit that we was doing or that we been doing. We gonna finna go do us. But in the same token, women do have a lot of wisdom, and you can learn a lot from a woman. You just have to know how to decipher when it, the difference between the wisdom and when it's just her and her feelings. When it's just her and her, um, her rant. You know, you got to know the difference, and you can't take you can't take what something this woman heard or a dislike of what men doing to no other men because you ain't supposed to. You're not a part of this conversation. Yeah, yeah. Which we do. It's a lot of us that do. But far as when you take it to a relationship aspect, when the man is so wrapped up in the woman, she can give him some ill. She could inform him improperly. Well, nah, that don't always make a soft ass. It just give you the experience. It make you, you know, really consider, that part of what she was talking about. Now you ain't soft because you was hard headed. You just had to have that experience. all of us, all of us had to, had an experience. Um, all of us got advice about a situation, but we just had to go through the experience because we felt like we knew what we was doing. And, that's just being young and naive, and thinking that you able to, withhold take the consequences from your actions. You can see that, hey, I know what I'm doing type shit. But it's like when it comes to relationships, like if you my girl, you're my girl. Like you don't have, I'm not bringing, you're not available. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't make yourself available for certain shit. You know? You shouldn't make yourself available for these men or be having confrontations with these men or even be listening to these men, other men, to even form an opinion about what the fuck we talking about. Now, what I do understand is the factor that, hey, I don't like him talking to you like that. I understand that. So if you see or hear somebody saying something, talking real heavy to somebody you love, then of course you're going to want to jump in to defend. But really, that's not your place. Really, you got to let them two men work that out. Because when it come down to it, you know, all the, when that shit escalate, you're not going to be nowhere in the picture. Maybe you don't need a drink. Yeah, but you're not going to be nowhere in the picture when niggas start shooting and motherfuckers go to jail and shit. Because we don't need you doing that. We need you to, sign your name on this bond. We need you to, uh, take care of business. Why, if the situation go the wrong way, no man should want his woman in harm's way. And that's just how that's supposed to go. You got to keep women out of the street business. But it be niggas that ride around with their girlfriend, sell all the dope, and then, you know, allow their girlfriend to influence them to make a bad decision. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You supposed to. You said when never had that problem when my spouse had male company over. I stayed in my room, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stay out the way because niggas ain't doing nothing but lusting over you. Even if they not trying to, they are. Because that's what it. I mean, any heterosexual man, any woman they see, they gonna check her out. And it's not. You're not gonna be mean or have an attitude with my friends. You're gonna be nice to them. And some niggas just think every girl smile at them, want them, and that's not the case. So it's best for you to, if there is something, or if I ask you to do something, it's best that you just do that and then just, you know, mosey along. Yeah, you got to stay out the way. But a lot of women don't know how to handle themselves like that. They want to interject themselves in everything that man got going on because whatever insecurities that they may have from previous relationships, and that man wanting to satisfy them, satisfy every, request, beck and call of this woman. he start taking on her traits because she's changing him into what she want him to be, even though she don't even want that kind of nigga. My rule was if I didn't meet you in the streets, I ain't bringing you to the street. If I met you in the street and you already know what's going on, then shit, this what we doing. But that don't mean I'm finna trust you. That don't mean we finna have any dealings personally, and ain't gonna be no emotion, no emotional ties with us. No, you're not gonna have any influence over me to change the decision, and you're not gonna understand. You're not gonna be too close up on me to know, where how I, how I'm moving, because I can't trust you. Because I met you in the street, and you can't trust nobody out there. You know, so that was my thing. But a lot of niggas, they use that as a what's up, hanking in the building. Yeah, they use that as a tool to impress, and it's not something you should involve somebody in to impress somebody. You know what I'm saying? A woman, especially a woman, because when you and I don't know if niggas not taking the street serious when they do that, but when you involve a woman in your street business that not of the street, she's not gonna know how to handle herself. And for the most part, these niggas don't be telling y'all what's going on or what could possibly happen or what trouble you could get into by involving yourself in these street bit. And even if it's just put this work at your house. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's, you know, take me over here to bust this move or make this play. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they Hankin TV in the building. He got a live channel, man. He do interviews. He be doing it for the gram. You know what I'm saying? He talk about the shit that, people post on topics that goes on social media and shit like that. It's real entertaining. I be over there in the comment section. We be goddamn interacting like a motherfucker. So everybody that's over here and you see Hankin, you know what I'm saying, hit his link. Hankin, drop your link. Hit that link and go subscribe to him and check him out. You know what I'm saying? It's real, some real, knowledge over there. Some real and he interact with you, you know what I'm saying? Same way, I do. I'm learning from him. But yeah, a lot of times niggas, it be them niggas that, be on their way to re-up and see a girl and she fine as hell. And the first thing and when they hop out to talk to her, they want to flex they re-up not. They want to say, hey, like and flex like they getting money. When they stay re-up, that ain't really their money. You know what I'm saying? It be niggas like that involve them women in their business, and then when the woman get caught up, they be surprised why the woman told on them. You know what I'm saying? Or when they get set up, they be wondering why they got set up. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas, them the type of niggas. Yeah. That's, but them the type of niggas. It's women that be going for that. It's women that be really out here, impressed or intrigued by, the streets, and they'll take that chance because that nigga he ain't putting it to them like he's supposed to. He ain't telling them, hey, um, this shit carry this much time. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will take your whole head off. You know what I'm saying? For this shit right here. Are you sure this is what you want to do? Niggas ain't doing that. Niggas making this shit, they trying to they trying to put it to these women like it's harmless or it ain't nothing's gonna happen. Instead of telling them everything about the consequences of what they getting themselves into and allowing them to make a sound decision. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be honest when it comes to to the street because you don't want nobody around you that's naive. Because how they gonna know what to do when they get caught in a situation? They ain't gonna know what to do, and but tell on you. So you got to be real. That's why I'll be real careful. But when I was in the street, I was real careful about who knew and who didn't know my business. Because I met it's some women that know me that I didn't meet in the street that can't tell you nothing street about me because that wasn't their business. That wasn't their life. If I met you in the library, I'm not taking you to the trap house. You gonna know the library me. You know what I'm saying? Well, it ain't that she a dummy. She might not be dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's not a decided just because she decides to help somebody out in an illegal situation don't make her dumb. She was just manipulated. And that's not always dumb. That's just you being loyal to the wrong people. She being, loyal to the wrong people. And that happens. Even men, we be loyal to the wrong set of people. We could be, you know, full fledged, have a motherfucker back that'll throw us under the bus. Motherfucker ain't give a fuck about us. That's how we learn. That's how you grow. That's how you mature. That's how you get understanding. That's how wisdom come through going through adversities. So I would never say nobody's, play on their intelligence because they could be actually smart. It's just they ill informed. Even when it come to us, you know, we don't have we don't have all the information, but we try to make decisions based on the little information that we have, and sometimes it leads us down the wrong path because we don't have all the information. So it's not that we're not smart. It's just that we're not all the way informed. I salute a woman that want to hold her man down in that aspect because that says a lot about her character. Yeah, you supposed to feed people with a long-handed spoon, but how can I put this? When you meet somebody that's down for you and they want to see you at your best, you need to be honest with them and you need to really teach them how to move around without getting in those situations. You know what I'm saying? Like you really got to give them the game. You can't just have them out here, misled and ill-informed because they let somebody else that know the game will come through and run the game on them. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really coach somebody. You got to really be the teacher. You can't be, you know, halfway with what you're doing when you're doing that because it's already everything already against you. So if you got somebody that's with you, you got to let them know and you got to let them decide. You got to give them the option. Always leave that option open, so you could choose to do this. Because there's some folks, that I love to death, and they was doing some shit that I didn't want to do. I didn't want to participate in, but I knew what came with what they was doing. But I knew, you know, the dynamics of it. So I backed away from it. It wasn't no hard feelings. Actually, motherfucker respect you more for being honest than they do for trying to fit in or some sort. Because a lot of niggas, you know, they do shit because they just want to fit in. It ain't really what they want to do. They just think that they'll be accepted by doing this. It's a dare you gotta have it, and that come with growth and maturity when you able to spot those type of people. Because it's not. Sometimes I heard somebody say, "Well, if you didn't know, and I didn't tell you, I didn't lie to you." That's misleading. That's how you mislead somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because in my, I really, in reality, I knew I should have told you so you wouldn't be aware, and we'll know how to deal with the situation. But niggas would rather, withhold the information from you so they can continue, leading you the wrong path. And then when the shit blow up, you know, when the karma catch up, some people don't want to take the accountability, but some people are gonna play the victim. It's that's why I always, try to. Well, I don't even try. I just be honest. I always like to be honest with people that I deal with, so they know exactly what they're getting into, and I don't have to worry about whether, you know, their feelings gonna be hurt, or I don't have to worry about no karma because you already know, you already understand. But a lot of these niggas, they want this girl so bad, and the girl, women, y'all know when y'all could, when it's a nigga that'll do anything to get with you. Y'all don't even like them type of niggas. That's them niggas that lead with that re-up money. You don't even like him. But since he gonna pull all his money out, well, let me see if I can get my hands on something. You know what I'm saying? You don't always have to. It ain't always sex that take. You know, it's not always sex that's the action that gets you the money. Sometimes all it take you to do is be nice to the nigga, smile at a motherfucker. Sometimes, be available, and he'll give you whatever, because he want to get with you, and by you knowing that, you're able to make him do certain things that he wouldn't normally do. To get with you when it comes to women. And then there's certain shit like y'all don't respect. Y'all don't respect a nigga that you could talk to any kind of way. So if you talking to him crazy and he allowing you to, you have more influence. And when you had an influence and you start, you know, controlling him. And then that way, then you start controlling his mentality. Cause now you got him hypnotized. So now he's hit your mentality is coming out of him, and it makes him you, if that makes sense. But a lot of niggas don't even know that's what's going on because you know, they so consumed with you. So they ain't paying it. They can't pay attention now. You know how y'all have a nigga not even knowing how to put his pants on. You know what I'm saying? I done seen, I done seen, in person sucker strokes. You know what I'm saying? And what sucker stroke is when a woman decides that, well, if she can't get what she want, then she have an attitude, and then, she try to leave, and the nigga won't let her, and he, acting a whole fool out in the street because, the woman, wanna he don't want the woman to leave. And when you get a nigga like that, you got the nigga. Yeah, I get that part, but it's the what I'm getting at is the nigga that you halfway like, and you talk and you don't, it be a slip, like you just slip up and talk to him crazy, and you know it dawned on you like, damn, but he's so busy trying to, you know, not upset you. You be like, oh, this nigga soft, I could do him any kind of way, and y'all go with y'all move on that, and y'all don't respect that man, and y'all end up having way more influence on that man than you should have. That's where you got, that's why, you hear a lot of niggas crashing out over women. Yeah, it's a lot of that's tender shit, and I like, every man like attractive women, you know what I'm saying? But every man not capable of communicating, you know, with an attractive woman without, you know, he just make himself, he just do way too much. And I don't know why niggas be doing so much when the woman is always gonna want more. But I mean, you could see you, so that's a good thing. You must be doing something right if he don't want you to leave. Well, Helena, that's not always the case. Sometimes you could be it's just your presence. It's your presence that the nigga want, and he want to keep it, and he willing to do anything and everything to keep you there. And when you got a nigga like that, and what he's willing to do, to keep you from having an attitude. And women ain't never satisfied. So no matter what you do, if she don't want you, you're not gonna get the results that you're looking for doing what you're doing. You just gonna always, come up short. And a lot of women know this. Like they understand, you know, that they have the power of persuasion. They understand that they the master manipulators. They know how to manipulate, situations. And they know how to take advantage. Y'all know how to y'all know this. It's that the niggas don't fully respect themselves. As long as we're treating each other well, I am content. Want to build instead of spin. Well, that should be the mentality going into a committed situation. But you have to also. It's a lot that come with. It's a lot that come with that. It's a lot. But it's a lot you got to do before you get there. You just don't jump into it saying, you know, we're building. You know what I'm saying? And what's what is treating you right? When you define that, you can't really define that because how someone treats you could you could like it, but then at the moment, but then that could change because you could have a growth spurt. You could just grow to a different level. People grow apart all the time. But you have to really get to know somebody. And that's why I preach the natural progression of shit. You just can't throw all your cards face up on the table with every at the beginning of the game. Say, hey, here's my hand. You know what I'm saying? Now I motherfucker know what cards to pull. That's too you trusting. That's having too much trust. You gotta. It takes time. Everything takes time to see a person's true character. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to preach this morals and values, but everybody moral compass is not set the same. Because you could have one person saying that they stand on morals, values, and principles, but if you decide to do something that they don't want you to do, or if they feel like you should have did something the way they wanted you to do it, that now they have a problem and so with you. So now what kind of where is that on your, like, that's not morally correct, because you trying to tell that person that they can't be themselves. So a lot of times you have to give people the opportunity to you know present their real self, and you can't just do that overnight. But you know niggas get caught up in that chase, and when they finally get what they want or they obtain it, they want to keep it, and they give it too much influence over their mind. Hmm. Well, it's not playing games with people. You just have to be able to understand who a person is, and see if you're willing to accept that. It's not. It's not. It's game is being able to recognize the truth and being able to communicate the truth. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, that's the real game. It ain't no. It ain't. It's not manipulation. And no one's manipulated. You should be able to tell. Um, you ought to give somebody the option, but a lot of times you have to give yourself time to get to know somebody. So it ain't always, the game shit. It ain't manipulation. So you got to give yourself time to understand who you're dealing with. And a lot of times y'all know who y'all dealing with, so that's why y'all treat them niggas the way y'all treat them. But the bad part is when that nigga leave from you, he come over here with us with all your feelings, and and he trying to tell us about what you feel, and he say the shit. It's a lot of quotes that women have that niggas are hear, and they'll take with them you know, to their friends, and they'll say that shit. And it's like, nigga, I don't want to hear that shit. Fuck is you talking about? Leave your girlfriend at home type shit. Cause it's a lot of stuff that men talk about, that a woman may make a woman feel a certain way, and we just don't feel that way. And we're not dealing with feelings. We dealing with, a different kind of atmosphere. And that's what I'm saying on that. Like, that's the problem right there. When, all of that influence come back to the clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? Leave that shit at home. Yeah, you gotta leave that shit at home, man. Yeah, when it comes to knowing what somebody, knowing what they want, that's another slippery slope because what you want change every day. So just because I wanted something last week, I got it. I want something new now. So you have to, it's a lot. I could do a whole nother show on that. Cause that's a whole nother, yeah, I could do a whole nother show on that right there. Yeah, you can't get into that. But yeah, it is his fault because he's not at that point. You're not in your role as a man. You're not being a leader. And if she don't respect you, nigga, what make you think we gonna respect you? Hey, you setting yourself up for failure. And a lot of niggas do that. And they want to be aggressive. And that shit just don't end well for nobody. And it's all because of how this girl made you feel about some shit she shouldn't have never had no feelings about. Let me see. Yeah, we've been on here for about an hour. Hey, you got the link to my Discord? Can you drop the link to my Discord? Oh no, I gotta make you a moderator, huh? Let me see if I can work on that. Well, I want to make you a moderator, and I think I gotta go to YouTube to do it, and I can't do it from my phone. So eventually, one of these days, I'm gonna make you a moderator, and you can drop the link to the Discord so we could continue conversations over there, and we can interact with all the new people that come over here. I got an interview with K-Way, a rapper. He out of Fort Miami or Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He doing music and he into fashion too. He got his own fashion brand. He's trying to rebrand right now. So, but that's how it's supposed to go. So I'm gonna interview him. Me and him gonna put something together, and I'm gonna bring him to the stage. We're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna talk about his story. He got some new music coming out. So get ready for that one right there. But I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna come back later. Probably I'm gonna do some research on that lady I was talking about, and I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that because that seems like something nobody's talking about. Because I'm just now hearing about it, and I usually hear about everything. So peace and love. Thanks for tuning in, and I hit you in Discord.